and here I am going to start this public administration daily The Hindu analysis. And today we are going to talk about The Hindu dated 21st October 2020, and this is going to be the first lesson after your prelims examination. So this series was you can say the kind of pause was there during the prelims examination. Before prelims examination, I guess 8th August was the last day when I have recorded this lecture. Okay, so videos were not there in the month of September, and but at the same time magazine was available, magazine of July, August and September for your public administration optional is available. The video for July and August is also there on my profile. The preview is there on the YouTube channel, so you can check out what are the news articles that I have covered and how I have covered those articles. You must be knowing about those things. I tried to link the things with the theories, thinkers of public administration optional wherever possible. And apart from that, in the magazine itself nowadays, in the latest edition, I have also incorporated the previous year questions, and the linkages are already there. Okay, so you can download the magazine. The link for the same is given in the description box, and let's get started with The Hindu dated 21st October, and from now onwards we will continue this series on the daily basis, and let's get started. So here the most important news articles that you have to read with respect to this newspaper. So let's scroll down and then I will tell you. So here we have this article, WII, that is this Wildlife Institute of India. So WII, okay, so Wildlife Institute of India scientists, they are basically anxious about the potential funding cut. So basically the news is regarding the recent you can say this finance ministry has recently reviewed different bodies. So here you can see the finance ministry here finance ministry review the expenditure by its expenditure department. They reviewed 194 autonomous bodies across 18 ministries. Okay, and of them 109 bodies they are going to merge them in 26, and 23 bodies are something which they are basically going to replace them. Okay, so this is there, and I am just working on this magazine as well. So here I have incorporated that. Okay, this is the second unit. Okay, organization is there, this is the unit name, and autonomy of organization, finance ministry recommendation on organizational expenditure. So linkage is not there as of now, but here you can see the magazine I am just making over here. So here the thing is that the recommendation, there was the recommendation by finance ministry to divest the Dehradun based Wildlife Institute of India, and this is all about Wildlife Institute of India. And the finance ministry, this move follows a review of the expenditure department. So as I have already told you, apart from that, the another important thing that you need to remember, that along with the WII, other autonomous bodies that have been recommended to disengaged are the Indian Institute of Forest Management and Indian Plywood Industrial Research and Training Institute. So these two organizations, these two autonomous organizations are also there. So government is going to, you can say, apply the minimum government and maximum governance sort of philosophy over here, and that's why we are witnessing these kind of things. And apart from that, other environment ministry organizations such as this SACON, you must be knowing about this thing. So SACON will be subsumed within the, you can say, within the activities of the environment ministry. So SACON, now it will be submerged, it will be subsumed under the you can say parent ministry, that is environment ministry. And apart from that, others like SICOM and this National Center for Sustainable Coastal Management, they will be merged. Okay, so here what you will get, that there are pros and cons with respect to these things that the government is going to do. Okay, so for example, some things are good. For example, this SICOM and National Center for Sustainable Coastal Management, this kind of this submergence, or you can say subsume thing, this kind of, you can say, the kind of combination, this is good, because what is happening, that even in your second ARC, in the second ARC there is a report on organizational improvement or organizational Organization of Government of India, that particular report talks about this principle that we have to subsume these kind of things. Okay, for example, we can, this is also called as the whole of the government approach. You can link it with the post Barbarian phenomena as well. One thing is there only, that it is in the second ARC, Indian administration, you can link in second second ARC explicitly give the example of countries like United Kingdom, where they have the kind of, you can say, kind of combined thing. For example, in India you will get that road, Ministry of Road Transport and Highway is different, Ministry of Shipping is different, Ministry of Civil Aviation is different. Okay, so these kind of things should not be there, this kind of balkanization of function should not be there. So you can just understand, because whenever there is a kind of balkanization, you have to integrate them as well. Okay, for example, when it comes to Gulick, Urvik and all, they talks about this thing. Whenever they are talking about balkanization, means departmentalization or specialization, the need of integration arises in that thing. Okay, similarly Ricks, if you look at the Ricks, even Ricks was talking about this thing, that development is something that is related to integration, because you have to integrate the different functions. Okay, so that's why these are the thinkers perspective. And apart from that, insofar as the other things, apart from thinkers, you can link with post Barbarian approach. So there are different post Barbarian models. For example, you have new public service approach, you have new Barbarian state approach, you have the neo inclusive liberal model, you have whole of the government approach, which has been taken from the country called Australia. So that particular model, whole of the government approach, the same model we are going to implement over here. Similarly, Ministry of Jal Shakti, that combines two ministries, so that is also the whole of the government approach, where you are combining the similar kind of functions. Okay, so here also government is doing, when we are talking about this particular line, when we are talking about this thing, as you can see over here, let me highlight so that you can see. Okay, when we are saying Society for Integrated Coastal Management, and this is all about the whole of the government approach. Other thing, the overall approach is minimum government and maximum governance approach. You have to understand these things, and some cons are also there, some kind of debate might be there. For example, when this autonomy of the autonomous organization, when they are basically removing this autonomy, when fiscal, you can say, fiscal accountable, fiscal power is very necessary to provide to give autonomy to the organization, because otherwise they cannot function independently. So behind autonomy there is a kind of, you can say, financial stability is there. And when they are doing this thing, means Wildlife Institute of India, the overall news is this only, that the government is going to you can say, they are going to remove this autonomous status, and then the problem arises from where they are going to get the funding and all, because if fund is not there, you cannot be independent in the basic feature. Just remember this thing, either in your life or in the organization or in the you can say anything, anywhere you can link this thing, you can understand this thing, that for autonomy, for independent functioning, you have to have the proper financial security. And if Wildlife Institute of India, if the government will stop this funding and all, because as of now when autonomy is there, they are getting the grant in aids from the government of India, they are getting the funding, and if this status would be stopped, if this particular you can say the kind of recommendation of finance ministry, if it would get you can say implemented, then what will happen, that they will not get the funding, financial independentness will be missing, and as a result autonomy will be lost. And government is saying that we are doing this thing, but what you can do, Wildlife Institute of India, listen, what you can do, you can go and you can we will give you the deemed university status, and you can go for teaching, and you can go for research and all, and you can collect the fee and all, and you can use that particular money for your, you can say, the kind of work, the kind of advice that you are giving to us. Means the government they are giving the advice to the Wildlife Institute of India, they are giving the advice to the government of India, and government will pay for that. So ultimately this is the broad framework. But the problem is that twice there are two incidents when UGC does not give the deemed university status to Wildlife Institute of India. Why? Because this Wildlife Institute of India, they do not have large number of students and all, and that's why this is the problem. Okay, so many things are there, the kind of, you can say, this is the news that is in the transition, and we have to see that where it goes. As of now, what you need to remember that finance ministry recommendation is there, and how you can link this recommendation with REX, you can link this recommendation with GULIC, you can link this recommendation with second ARC, you can also link this recommendation with the whole of the government approach, the Australian approach, the Australian model, that is the post-Bavarian model. Okay, so you can link with all these things. And apart from that, one more thing I would like to highlight, autonomous bodies. This is the part of your syllabus. This topic is given in the syllabus, so I am referring to Drishti IAS. Okay, so you can also, this is a kind of Google for the UPSC aspirant, and this is, they are giving very good content. So I am just referring over here, and they have basically referred to the Hindu. So there is a kind of circular behavior we can see. Okay, so just you can go through it. So here you can see what are autonomous bodies. These things you should know for your public administration optional as well, because it is the part of your organization. Autonomous bodies, they are set up whenever it is felt that certain functions need to be discharged outside the government setup. Okay, with some amount of independence and flexibility. So this is there, that's why they are called as autonomous bodies. So they are autonomous, they are independent, and they can function outside the governmental setup, and that's why we are calling them as the autonomous body. They are set up by the ministry department concerned with the subject matter and are funded through the grant in aids. Okay, so they are funded through the grant in aid, and that's why they have the kind of financial autonomy. Financial thing is very important, just try to remember this thing. Even some days back in 2019 there was the issue of SEBI that was in the news. Why? At that point of time also government was trying to, you can say, extract some money from SEBI. Okay, they did the government did this thing with the RBI as well. So all these things, whenever the financial stability gets reduced or financial extraction from these bodies took place, their autonomy, you can say, they have to depend on the government in those things, and the kind of independent behavior they will, you can say, they might lose that behavior. This is the problem. Okay, apart from that, these grants are regulated by the Ministry of Finance, and that's why, this is the reason why we are in this news article also we have studied that finance ministry recommendation is there. Why? Because finance ministry regulate all these things through the instruction as well as the instruction related to the powers of the creation and post, etc., and they are mostly registered as society under the Society Registration Act. Okay, for example, this NTA, National Testing Agency, and that is this is a society registered under the Societies Registration Act 1860s, I guess. Okay, and in certain cases they have been set up as a statutory institution. Okay, there are many autonomous statutory institutions. For example, you have the statutory autonomous institutions. For example, you have RBI, SEBI, etc. Okay, under the provision of the provision in various acts. Okay, so they have the different dedicated act. Apart from that, functionality of autonomous bodies, so they have different functions. These autonomous bodies are audited by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, and the annual report is presented in the parliament every year. So these are the things, you can just read out these things. Okay, I am not going to read, just you can just search autonomous body Drishti IAS, you will get this thing. Okay, the analysis is issues with autonomous bodies. So the problem is accountability. So these bodies are funded by taxpayer money. So there are many bodies where accountability is less, because they are basically independent, and when they are independent, so you can just understand, if you give more independence or autonomous nature, then automatically accountability will reduce, but ultimately they are basically getting the grant in it, so taxpayer money is there, so accountability should be there. Okay, and there is no uniform recruitment. For example, for UPSC, for, you can say, group A employees, for IAS, IPS and all India service, UPSC is there. Okay, similarly SSC is there. So these bodies are recruiting agency, but for these you can say autonomous bodies, there is no uniform structure. Okay, some autonomous bodies are bigger, some are smaller, some are powerful, some are less powerful. Okay, some have bigger staff, some have smaller staff. So these are the things, and recruitment other things are not transparent, are not that transparent. Okay, so this is the thing. Apart from that, you can see over here opaque recruitment. Okay, so here you can see the example, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. It is an autonomous body, ICAR, just like you must be knowing about ICMR. It is going on in the news because of COVID-19 again and again. Similarly, for agriculture there is ICAR. Okay, and this Krishi Vigyan Kendra and other things comes under or working in the guidance of ICAR. Okay, so Indian Council of Agricultural Research, it is an autonomous body, and they have the, you can say, 17,000 employees are working under them. So opaqueness is there. Some autonomous bodies have less number, some have higher number. Their recruitment structure is not uniform. Okay, so you can just understand the kind of corruption that they might have. So accountability is important. This is something that we should know. Okay, and this is SSC, UPSC, I told you earlier as well. Apart from that, non-adherence in envisaged goal. So the board have fallen into the disuse and did not serve the purpose for which they are envisioned. So there is a kind of this thing, and they become the vehicle of political patronage with the emergence of middleman culture that did not help the interest of the viewer. So you can just understand there is a kind of, these are the keywords that you should write in your answer, that they become the this vehicle of political patronage, and all these problems are there, and nepotism, favoritism, you can mention these things very frankly, there is no issue in that. Apart from that, non-uniform auditing is also non-uniform. Here we have seen that CAG is doing, but CAG is not doing you can say uniformly. Okay, so this is the problem, there is no uniform auditing procedure. Some are you can say audited by CAG, whereas many of them are you can say audited by the independent chartered accountant. So again, autonomy, you can say their accountability problem is there, recruitment opaqueness is there, functions they are not performing, there is a kind of politicization, a vehicle of political patronage, and apart from that we have the problem of auditing. So these are the major issues with respect to the autonomous bodies, and that's why government is doing this thing. So you can use these points in the favor, you can use these points in the favor of this initiative of the government, where they are subsuming all these bodies. Why they are doing this thing, why government is doing this thing? Minimum government, maximum governance, and all these issues are already there. Autonomous bodies are entangled, and government is basically rationalizing the taxpayers money, and all these things you have to understand and you have to mention in your answer. And on the opposite side, I have already told you that you can link with the thinkers, and other aspects I have already told you. Okay, so I hope you are getting, and this is the complete analysis that you should know with respect to your public administration optional. Okay, so let me just reach out here. Okay, so this is all about this particular news article. I hope you are getting. So this is for your organizational aspect, just try to remember this thing. Okay, so other news articles are not that relevant today, so this is it. Let me just scroll down, and this analysis will be continued for the upcoming days, and you can download the magazine. Okay, this is very important for me. Okay, and this is important for you as well, because I have taken this feedback, and all the means everyone is liking the work that is there in the magazine. There are many feedback and good reviews I have got, so you can download, you can read it. And this is all about today's analysis. Only one article is there, other articles are not that relevant. This tribunal and this NGT was there, so we will cover these things. It was there on 15th or 14th October, I guess, but we will cover these things on the daily basis from today only. Okay, I hope you are getting the points, and I hope it would be beneficial for you, and stay tuned for the more lessons, and have a nice day. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. This is the only channel on the YouTube where you will get the public administration current affairs on the daily basis, and the magazine that I have launched is the novel initiative, just like novel coronavirus. Okay, so this is the first time initiative, so don't wait for the right time or something like that, because the magazine is limited in stock, and once they would get over, you will not get them. And I hope you are getting, so kindly download the magazine ASAP, and have a nice day. Bye bye and take care.